Hello. All right, I'll see if anyone jumps on here. This wasn't really planned, so I don't expect a bunch of you to be on here right now. But I just wanted to go over a few things. So, for those of you that will be watching the replay, I'm not going to sit here too long before I start talking. But I just wanted to go over a few things because I have, so I had a coaching call today, my own coaching call with home office. I have one once a month with someone from home office. And we went over some different things that I think were really important during this time, and a lot of things that I've been hearing and getting feedback on from you guys as well, and different things that I've heard, different concerns, comments, all that kind of stuff. So I just kind of wanted to go over that really briefly. A lot of people are saying that they don't feel right selling during this time. They don't feel right pushing people during this time. They think it's not a good time to sell, or they think it's not a good time to do this or do that, that kind of stuff. So a few things on that. One, you should never feel pushy. If you feel pushy, then you're not selling the right way. Because no matter what time it is, no matter if we are in the middle of a pandemic or not, you should not ever feel pushy. So if you are feeling pushy ever at any time, that's an issue in and of itself. And we should probably go over that and kind of just figure out why you're feeling pushy, because you shouldn't ever feel pushy about sales. But something that I think is super, super important right now is that people are wanting normalcy in their life. People are wanting things to feel normal as much as possible, and people are needing things to feel normal as much as possible to keep themselves from going crazy, to keep themselves sane, to just keep things the way that they are, and people want things to go back to normal. So what we're seeing a lot of is people are sticking to their normal buying patterns. People are sticking to things that they know and things that they like and things that they enjoy. I've also had a lot of people coming out of the woodworks because they are home all day now and they want their homes to smell good. So they're going through a lot more wax, they're going through a lot more oils, or they're not usually at home every day and they're using, two separate rooms because two people are at home and so they need both rooms to smell good, that kind of stuff. So if this makes it feel normal, if buying Scentsy makes that person feel normal, or if using Scentsy makes that person feel normal, then that's what they're going to do. So don't sit and think that I shouldn't sell during this time. I shouldn't force this on people during this time. Well, first of all, you should never be forcing it ever on people. So you should never, ever feel like that. But we don't want to stop what we are doing just because of this. Because if we stop what we are doing, then we are showing people that we are extremely affected by this too. And we want to show people that we are strong, and we will come out of this better if you continue to just do what you normally do and don't act like there's this big, huge, looming dark cloud over all of us. And if you make that decision for your customers that they don't want to buy, or that they shouldn't buy, or that nobody has money, or nobody's working or doing this, then you're making that decision for them. Don't make that decision for your customers. Let your customers decide for themselves. Don't make that decision for them. You don't want to just assume that they don't want to buy. You don't just want to assume that they don't want to host a party. You don't just want to assume that nobody's going to purchase because, everybody's losing jobs and people are being more cautious. A lot of people are doing that, but that's not for you to decide for your customer. Leave that up to your customer for them to decide. And I think that was a really good point that my coach at home office pointed out to me today, because I was told her I was struggling with that a little bit as well. So I think that, we just want to provide that normal part of things for our customers. And even if we're just reaching out to our customers, even just to check in and just see how they're doing, and just being like, hey, I was just thinking of you. How are you? Don't even bring up anything about Scentsy or about anything you're selling right now or anything like that. Just check in on them. That's going to go a long ways. Even if it doesn't show this month, that little check-in is going to mean to your customers that you're appreciating them and you're showing them that you appreciate them. And that's going to pay off down the road later on. When we do come out of this, they're going to be like, you know what? She checked in on me while we were going through this. She didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that. They took the time to do this, let me purchase from them now because I can. So don't think that you shouldn't be checking in with your customers, or you shouldn't be posting about Scentsy, or you shouldn't be selling, because then that's you making that decision for everyone else when that's not your place to make that decision. You know what I mean? What else was I going to say about that? Yeah, reaching out to customers and seeing how they are. Sorry, I had some notes that I was just going over from my call earlier with her. There's a book that she recommended called Finish. Let me look up the exact author. Sorry if my typing is loud. My mom always tells me when I'm on FaceTime with her that it's really loud. So, Finish by John Acuff, AC, and I'll put it in the comments. Give Yourself the Gift of Done. And she said it's a really good book for people holding themselves accountable, because in this business, it is very flexible. It's a very flexible business, and sometimes that's a good thing and sometimes that's a bad thing, because flexibility, it sometimes gets in the way for us, and it helps us not do what we should be doing in this business at all times. A lot of times when we're not hitting the goals that we want to hit, or the numbers that we want to hit, or the PRV that we want to hit, or anything like that, it's because we haven't found the accountability to hold ourselves to. And a lot of times we have excuses that we don't even realize that we're making. We haven't created structure in our businesses. You have to be an employee of your own business. You have to act like you are an employee, and you have to figure out what those consequences are, because if you don't work your business, if you don't post about Scentsy, if you don't, whatever the case might be, insert whatever that is for you here, let your business be flexible but not optional. Because I feel like I'm going off on a tangent, you guys, seriously. You have to have the consequences for yourself of what happens if you don't work your business. What happens if you don't reach out to that person? What happens if you don't, it's so different working your own business versus going to a 9-to-5 job where you have a boss who is telling you what to do. And if you don't do it, then you're going to get in trouble. So you just have to find that for yourself within your own Scentsy business. I don't even know if I'm making any sense right now, honestly, but I'm just going over all my notes and making sure that I hit on everything. But I did just want to reach out and kind of talk about that, you shouldn't just give up and not talk about Scentsy this month, because not everyone wants to just give up and not talk about Scentsy this month. I've had people reach out to me asking to host a party, which is really, really rare. Usually I have to reach out to people to get parties booked, but I've had several people reach out to me asking if they could do a party. I've had several people reach out to me about joining. So even if people don't want to spend money right now, then that's the perfect opportunity to get them to host a party, because they might have friends that want to buy, and then their friends are the ones selling to them and not you, first of all, which is awesome. And it's also a really good time to get people to join, or to get people to reinstate, or those kinds of things, because people do need that extra income right now. So just kind of think about it that way, that you're making that decision for them on joining or hosting or buying if you just don't talk about it at all right now. And you don't know that the answer is no unless you ask. You don't know, and you're not I don't think you're going to offend someone. I shouldn't say you're not going to, because you might, one person might get upset. I don't know, but you won't know that unless you ask. There might be someone that really wants to buy some Scentsy, but they don't have the money, and they just think, oh, well, I just can't buy it right now. But they don't know that they can host a party and get it for free, or they don't know that they can join and make extra money this month, those kinds of things. So just make sure that you're not making the decisions for your customers, and that you're letting them make those decisions, and you're letting them decide. Because like I said, people do really want things to feel normal and to seem normal right now. They want their homes to smell good, different stuff like that. So I think that it is still a good time to share, not sell. You should never feel pushy. So anyways, that was all I had. But if anyone has any questions, as always, let me know.